Good morning, everyone. This is Health Informatics Course 685. This is discussion for week number 7, which is BPMN, the Business Process Model and Notation. We wanted to discuss what it is, why there's a need for the language, and some examples where it can be used. First off, Business Process Model Notation is a flowchart method that models the steps of like a planned business process from end to end and uses key business process management, and it depicts a detailed sequence of like business activities and information that flows, and that's needed to complete a process. The purpose is to model ways to improve efficiency, as well as account for new circumstances or gain a competitive advantage. The method has definitely been undergoing a standardization push to make sure that it's definitely utilized uniformly in all healthcare organizations. And in the past few years, again, that standardization has been given a push, and is called the BPMN, Business Process Model and Notation. And it kind of differs from, I guess, the UML, like the Unified Modeling Language, that's kind of used in software design. It was developed within a business process model initiative and gone through a ton of revisions since like 2005. The purpose and benefit. While the process modeling isn't, really a new process or anything new, it does have its flaws. Again, that's why the standardization process is beginning to continue. So it can make it easier for everyone to understand, especially in like a large organization. That could be a major problem if people don't understand it easily. So you want different people to look at it, the process mapping and understand it, and that includes everybody from management to field employees to any type of experts with like improvements or things of that nature. So even if the organization has its own methods and methodologies, and symbolism for the modeling, you still have to have a hard time getting outside experts or clients or investors to understand it. So that means it needs to be a universal process. So that's pretty much what that is doing. But at a high level, the BPMN, the Business Process Model Notation, is targeted at participants and any other like stakeholders in the company that are going to be used in a business process to gain understanding through easy to understand visual representation and steps, which is what the BPMN is. And at a more involved level, it's targeted at people who will implement the process, giving sufficient detail to enable, like implementation. It provides a standard, again, that standardization that we're talking about, and a common language, again, for all stakeholders, whether you're technical or non-technical, and that's going to be business analysts, process participants, managers, technical developers, etc., as well as external teams and consultants. So it's going to bridge the gap between process intention and implementation by providing like sufficient detail and clarity into the sequence of business activities. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but I want to kind of give it to you as far as purposeful as possible. Lastly, as far as the need, again, is just make sure that you understand that it's for ease of use. It's a little bit easier than maybe a text messaging could be done, but it just provides a little bit of clarity for the overall. It's going to provide clarity for the overall healthcare organization. And again, it allows it, like I said, for easier communication and collaboration to reach goals of effective processing for high quality results. All right. Now, lastly, real quick, as far as the use of it, basically the use or examples in healthcare, it can be used within like with health IT systems, specifically like EHRs and health. Electronic health records. That'd be the easiest example. Again, I want to be a little more creative than that, but that's the easy example with EHRs. And again, it's not the only workflow notion process available for health IT systems, and not all work management systems use like formal notations, but it definitely makes sure that the healthcare is spread evenly, and the systems and the business process are spread evenly, and like it just makes the portability and of clinical processes and workflows a little bit better. So it can be used for, let's say, within Obamacare. It can be used for understanding clinical knowledge, or like integrating clinical information, or modeling like side effects, or like cognitive side of care processing, or it could be modeling cancer treatments and processes in BPMNs. So you can, within a health segment, providers, and organizations, they have their clinical processes and workflows that govern how, protocols are followed and healthcare is delivered. So that's going to be one of the operational challenges in becoming a learning organization, is utilizing these tools to better prepare your organization in a business sense. So that's all. It's mine in a nutshell. I know it was pretty broad, but also pretty specific. So any questions, comments, criticisms, or concerns, I definitely will accept them. And thank you for your time. Had a fun term. Thank y'all. Peace.